It was past midnight on Highway 47, a long stretch of empty road cutting through the forests of Oregon. Dr. Ethan Walker, exhausted after a double shift at St. Mary's Hospital, was driving home. Rain hammered the windshield, and fog crawled low across the asphalt like it was alive. Ethan knew this highway. Locals avoided it after dark because of sightings, but he had taken it 1,000 times. Tonight, however, something was different. Up ahead, in the sweeping headlights, he saw a man standing on the side of the road, completely still. No backpack, no car, just standing there, drenched in rain. Ethan slowed down. The man didn't wave, didn't step forward, just slowly turned his head toward the car. Ethan lowered the window. "Sir, you need help?" The man's voice came out low and uneven, like someone who hadn't spoken in years. "Take me to the shrine." The shrine? There were no shrines anywhere near here, but Ethan couldn't leave the man in the storm. The stranger got into the back seat without a word. He sat perfectly straight, hands on his knees, soaked clothes dripping on the floor mats. As Ethan drove, a strange smell filled the car. Not sweat, not mud, but freshly turned soil, like the air inside a grave. He glanced at the rearview mirror. The man's face, impossible to see. His features were swallowed by darkness, and Ethan felt, deep in his bones, that he had made a mistake. They drove in silence for several minutes before Ethan tried to speak again. "So, where exactly is this shrine?" The man answered without moving. "Only one road leads there. You're already on it." A cold prickle crept up Ethan's neck. He glanced at his phone. No signal. GPS frozen. Outside, the forest grew denser, trees twisting into unnatural shapes as the fog thickened. Then Ethan noticed something. Along the roadside, flickers of orange light. When he slowed the car, he saw them clearly. Rows of candles, hundreds of them, placed evenly along both sides of the highway, burning brightly in the rain. But there were no people, just the candles, lighting their way deeper into the woods. Ethan swallowed. "Who put all those there?" The man finally lifted his head. His voice sounded closer now, almost in Ethan's ear. "Pilgrims." Ethan's grip tightened on the steering wheel. "Pilgrims for what?" The man whispered. "For the return." The road ended at a wide clearing where an old, crumbling building stood under the stormy sky. It looked like a forgotten colonial-era chapel, its wood rotted, windows shattered, roof sagging. Yet a faint red glow pulsed from inside, like a heartbeat. Ethan turned to the back seat. The man was gone. His seatbelt still fastened. The door never opened. Soil and muddy footprints coated the floor. Ethan stepped out of the car. He didn't want to, but his legs moved on their own, like something was guiding him. The chapel door creaked open by itself. Inside, a corridor stretched into darkness. The walls were covered with carvings, scratched by fingernails, not tools. Words repeated over and over. "They return, they return, they return," he heard whispering. Dozens of voices, low, hungry, layered. He followed them down the corridor until he reached a round chamber lit only by red candles. There, standing in a circle, were figures made of shadow, only vaguely human. Their shapes rippled like smoke. And in the center, the man from the road, but now his face was visible, or what remained of it. Hollow sockets where eyes should be. Skin dried and cracked like old parchment. teeth too long for any human mouth. He spoke without lips. "You brought me back," as they all do. One of the shadow figures stepped forward. Ethan recognized a doctor's coat. Another stepped forward, wearing a deputy's badge. A third, a delivery driver's uniform. All local, all missing persons. Their faces were pale, eyes empty. Ethan realized everyone who picked up the man became part of the shrine, and now it was his turn. The shadows swarmed him, cold, suffocating. Their whispers crawled into his ears. "Be still. Join us. Return with us." Ethan felt himself slipping, memories, fear, breath all being pulled away. At dawn, Ethan's empty car was found parked neatly on the shoulder of Highway 47. Engine still warm, headlights still on, driver's door open. But he was gone. For weeks, search teams combed the forest, until a state trooper reviewing dashcam footage noticed something chilling. At 3:14 a.m., the camera captured a tall, dark figure standing in the road as the cruiser passed. No reflection in the headlights, just a silhouette. And faintly through the static of the recorder, a whisper, "Take me to the shrine." Locals say if you drive that stretch of Highway 47 on a foggy night, you'll see candles burning along the road. And if you stop, you'll hear someone get into the back seat, and then you'll never make it home.